news. A big welcome back to another school year for those just starting, and a warm hello to those who are already back at school. So, let's get started and take a look at this week's picture. What can you see? Is there anything you like or dislike? Do you have any questions? Use the clues in the picture and some of the questions you have asked to make a prediction as to what could be happening in the news this week. Let's look at this week's story. Scientists have said urgent action is needed to help parts of the Great Barrier Reef recover from damage. The reef of Australia's coast is the world's largest and is home to thousands of ocean animals and plants. A new report shows some areas have had the biggest drop in coral cover in almost 40 years because of coral bleaching, which happens when the waters get too warm. Experts say the reef is worth protecting, and if given the chance, it can recover. How does this week's story make you feel? Maybe you feel worried that the coral is being damaged. Or maybe you feel hopeful that people can now help it recover. However you feel, that's completely okay. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's look at this week's big question. Do we have a duty to fix damage in nature? Let's find out more about what's happening to the corals in the Great Barrier Reef. Where is the Great Barrier Reef? The Great Barrier Reef is in the Coral Sea off the coast of Queensland in northeast Australia. What is coral and coral bleaching? Coral might look like rocks or plants, but it's actually an animal. It makes structures that give food, shelter, and homes to about a quarter of all sea creatures. Coral bleaching happens when coral gets stressed and turns white. This usually happens when the water is too hot. Can the damage be undone? The Great Barrier Reef Foundation says bleaching can't be stopped completely, but we can make it happen less often and cause less harm. We can help coral by making less pollution and keeping rubbish and chemicals out of the sea. We can also repair damaged reefs. Other ways include stopping dirty water running into the sea, protecting areas for sea life, and finding new ways to help corals live in warmer water. Do you believe that people should step in to help or improve it? Should we fix nature, even if it costs a lot of money or maybe takes a long time? Can nature sometimes repair itself without any help? Take one last look at this week's picture and big question. Share your thoughts. Reflection. Nature is a shared home for humans, animals, and plants. We can choose how we respond when nature is harmed. Did you know what sea animal this is? If you said starfish, you are actually half right. Starfish aren't actually fish at all. Scientists call them sea stars because they don't have gills, scales, or fins like fish do. They move using tiny tube feet, a bit like crawling on tiptoes. Well, that's all from me for this week's virtual picture news. Take care and I'll see you guys next time. Bye everyone!